Try that again and say hello while I'm not muted. Hello, everyone. How are you? My name is Brandi Murphy. I'm the Director of Training and Field Development for nutraMetrix. And I wanted to just talk to you today about some of the things that you have access to through your nutraMetrix business when you want to expand internationally. I get questions all the time about, do we have nutraMetrix in other countries? So I wanted to start off by just addressing some of those frequently asked questions. We do have a health professional program in all of our market countries. However, it is not the nutraMetrix program as you know it today. So let's talk a little bit about some of the differences between the international health professional program and in the United States and in the international markets. And before I get into that, I just want to say, as a reminder, Market America, the parent company of nutraMetrix, was founded in 1992. And it wasn't until 2004 that we launched the nutraMetrix program. Why did we launch the nutraMetrix program? Well, we had identified for two reasons that there was a need for it. Number one, there was some legislation happening in the country that was proposed that would require for nutraceuticals to be purchased only through a licensed healthcare provider, almost like a prescription. And because our largest market in Market America was the health and nutrition products, especially back in the early 2000s, late 90s, early 2000s, J.R. Ridinger and Dennis Franks really wanted to create a way to protect that market share. So they started looking at, well, if for some reason that type of legislation would ever be passed and products like vitamin D and vitamin C at some point might only be able to be purchased through a physician, let's create a network of health professionals that could do that prescribing. Now, thankfully, that legislation never passed, so we didn't need it for that. But in the investigative stages of trying to figure out what would we do if, one of the things that Dennis Franks identified is that we had already had quite a large group of health professionals within the Market America family. See, we know that our products work, and when our products work, practitioners take notice. Their patients come into them and they've seen an improvement in their health, and the practitioner says, what have you been doing? And the patient says, I'm taking this product. And then the practitioner says, well, I want to learn more about that. So even before the nutraMetrix program was created, we had hundreds of health professionals and doctors and practitioners of all types already within the Market America family. And they were using the regular Market America product line that we had available in the United States. So I want to frame what I'm about to talk to you about with the International Health Professional Program around that, right? That even when we didn't have the nutraMetrix brand, even when we didn't have NC training, even when we didn't have a program specific for nutraMetrix health professionals in the United States, we already had a strong contingent of health professionals within our Market America family. Right. And as we launched nutraMetrix in 2004 into the United States, it took a couple of years for it to really gain footing. And we had a little bit of a challenge in the beginning, figuring out how to balance the training between product and implementation information. But we finally figured it out. And we've grown steadily since the inception of nutraMetrix. And as a result, just like what happened in the United States, started happening in other countries, where we have people showing up in our other market countries that are health professionals that say, I love your products, I want to be able to implement them. Well, then if we go back, as I'm giving you this little history lesson, we launched something called the HP1 program in about 2011. And what the HP1 program was created for were the practitioners who really loved our products, who wanted to be able to implement the products in their practice, but maybe they were a little too busy to embrace the entire business model of expanding distribution and learning how to grow a team. Yet they still wanted the products. And when we looked at practitioners like that, we wanted to be competitive with other companies in the earning potential. And we have a different pay plan than other companies. We have a much more lucrative pay plan than other companies, but it's based on the combination of the retail and our MPCP, the ongoing income that can be created by the MPCP. So if we have a practitioner who wants to be able to implement the program in their practice, but they might not be interested yet, or they might not have the belief yet of expanding into a team and building an organization, we wanted to be able to have an opportunity for them to be competitive in pricing and what they could earn, not pricing, but in earnings with other companies. So we developed the HP1 program. And the HP1 program allows our practitioners to introduce their products to their patients, right? It allows them to introduce whatever products we have in nutraMetrix, or if we're talking about in the international markets, whatever products they have in Canada, whatever products they have in Taiwan, whatever products they have in Hong Kong or Australia or the UK or any of our market countries, to the practitioners, and they can generate significant retail profit, right? Because they have a built-in customer base in their patients. And even if they get a fraction, 10% of their patients purchasing from them, they can generate a significant income. Now, keep in mind, I'm just going to remind everybody, this is not a gift from the sky, kind of like get rich quick program. The amount of income that they can earn is based on how many people they introduce the products to. But we want them to be able to earn on retail profit, and we want them to be able to earn on commissions, even if they were not looking to expand distribution. So we created the HP1 program as an introduction to our business model, where they could earn commissions on one business development center on the volume that they create through their own practice, their own patient base. They could earn not only the retail profit, but up to $1,500 per week in the US on the commissions on one business development center. And our philosophy on developing that HP1 program was that as they start earning, as they start getting results from their patients, as their patients are reordering, as their patients are coming back to them and talking about how much they enjoy the products, their belief is building. With each one of those incremental steps, their belief goes up. And then at some point, they become much more willing to give referrals. And at some point, then practitioners who maybe weren't interested in expanding distribution early on because they just thought they were too busy, all of a sudden recognize that they're talking about the success they had with their nutraMetrix business with their colleagues. And at that point, they can convert their account to an HP executive account, which is more like a traditional unfranchised owner account, and they can grow their team and create that ongoing residual income for themselves. So that's kind of the history of how we started with nutraMetrix and developed into the HP1 program. But then we started finding that we had health professionals in all of our other market countries that also wanted to be an HP1. So what I want to share with you is, yes, we do have an international health professional program, and I want to go through how does it work. When a health professional is in one of our other market countries and they want to open an account with us, we have an HP1 option in our market countries. We have an HP executive option in our market countries. But in the other countries like Canada, Australia, Taiwan, Hong Kong, right? In all of our other market countries, what the practitioners are going to have access to are the same products that the individual unfranchised owners have. We don't have a nutraMetrix label in any other country other than the United States, but don't let that scare you. Don't let that hold you back. Even in the United States, most of our products do have a shared label. And let's take a look at that. TLS looks exactly the same, whether it's in nutraMetrix or in Market America. Heart health products look exactly the same, whether they're in nutraMetrix or in Market America. Our digestive health products, aloe, curcumin, hepato-cleanse, well, not curcumin, but all of them, curcumin, hepato-cleanse, so many different products have a shared label. And that's okay, right? We can still grow a business in the other markets without having the separate nutraMetrix label. But I know some of you have been asking, when can we get the nutraMetrix label in the other countries? So what I want to share with you is what we're doing is we are tracking the sales in the other countries, and when there's enough sales from health professionals in those other market countries, then we will explore adding the nutraMetrix label there. But you have to understand, from a business perspective, when you create a product with a new label, you have to go through all of the same approval process, which sometimes takes years and takes a pretty large financial investment. And you have to be able to justify that you're going to go through the minimum orders needed to be able to get that same type of pricing. So we can't just roll out a new label in every market country. We have to be able to show that we have a health professional market there. And this is where I need your help, right? And the reason why I need your help is, if you are working with people in international markets that are health professionals, you want them to convert to an HP or an HP1 account. They don't have to become an HP1 if they're already an HP executive, but they should indicate to the company that they are a health professional. That way we can track their sales and be able to determine when is it the best time to launch a nutraMetrix brand there. Right? So let's talk about what is available in the international markets. Let's say that you're working with a health professional in our neighbor, Canada. And so you're working with a health professional there. They have access to all the Market America products that are available in Canada. They can be either an HP1 or they can be an HP executive. They have the ability to promote products through the APN program on their own practice website. If you need to see a video on how to do that, I did a video last Wednesday on how to promote products using the APN. It was about specifically the GeneSNP bundles, but you might want to go back and rewatch that video because I shared about 15 slides of how you can actually help your health professionals promote products on their own website with our affiliate program network, affiliate IDs, and creating product kits through the APN. So the practitioners could either use their market country website like shop.com or whatever the site is in their country, or they could create the APN kits and be able to promote it on their own practice website, which is a great option for many of our practitioners. So they're going to promote the products that we have in that market country. They are going to earn commissions on their own volume, even if they're an HP1 and they have not activated yet, they can earn commissions on their own volume through their practice. So auto placements get set up. Each order is going to alternate between their 001, their 002, their volume is going to continue to accrue, and they can earn commissions just like every other health professional. So what other ancillary services or tools do we provide for nutriMetrix consultants or health professionals that are working in these international markets? I'm just going to share with you my screen for a second. And let's just see here. I'm going to share my screen and I'm going to pull up my unfranchised back office. And what I did is I just typed into search on the back office, the international HP. Now, if I wanted to look for a very specific document, I could type in and filter just by that country. But we have an international HP distributor guide. We have a conversion form for each of the different markets that we are open for the International Health Professional Program. What do you use the conversion form for? Well, in this case, if you have somebody that's already an unfranchised owner, they already have an account in their country, and they want to be able to indicate to the company that they are a health professional, they would just send in this document that says, yes, I am a health professional. Here's a copy of my license. And now that allows us to track their sales. That allows us to include their sales with the other health professional sales, which helps us determine resources for future international health professional expansion. For example, people that want the brand there, if you want those health professional sales to be able to be documented so that we can say, yes, we are already meeting close to the minimums we would need, then we would need them to complete that conversion form, right? The distributor guide here that we have, the International HP Distributor Guide, is really most similar to what we have as the HP Implementation Guide in the United States. We also have a commission disclosure statement. Some of the things that we teach to do in the United States would be include in your privacy paperwork with your patients sign each year the commission disclosure. We have one in each market country. We have the health professional guide. We also have a guide for working with health professionals, kind of like the NC Practice Planning Guide. It explains how to do a discovery meeting in the international markets. It explains how the program works. So we have a bunch of tools. If you haven't looked at them, go into your back office under help and support, pull up the downloads, and you'll be able to see that we have things in multiple languages for the international markets. We have them in English in most countries, but we also have them in their native language or their local language. We have annual renewal forms. We have applications if they want to see the paper application to be able to look at all the terms and conditions. We have health professional guides for each market, like I shared with you. We have business models for each of the international markets that you can download as PowerPoints. So I wanted to be able to just highlight that for you because a lot of times I get asked those questions. How is the international program different in other markets than in the US? Two main differences. Number one, they don't get the nutraMetrix brand. I can stop sharing my slide here. Number one, they don't get the nutraMetrix brand. They use whatever products are available in their market country, but they do get access to all of the other websites that unfranchised owners get in those countries. So any of the many websites available in those countries are available to the practitioners, and they can use the affiliate program, the affiliate publisher network to promote products on their own website. So two main differences. One, they're using the regular Market America brands or market country brands, not nutraMetrix. And two, group business volume does not accrue for international HPs and HP1s. Many of the direct selling laws are very different in other markets than they are here. So they can earn commissions as an HP1, but it's going to be commissions based on the product sold in their practice. Group volume will flow through their accounts to their senior business partners that are not HP1s, but the HP1s themselves wouldn't be able to get paid on commissions from group business volume of people placed below them. Couple of other things to keep in mind about the international HP1 program that apply in every HP1 program. HP1s do not count for activation of their sponsor, just like in the United States. So if you have somebody that wants to open an account as an HP1, you need to find someone else to get activated with if you are not activated. All of the other HP1 rules that apply in the United States apply to international HP1s as well. If they are an HP executive, group business volume does pay them on their ongoing income. They can earn commissions off of the team that grows beneath them. So there's a lot of similarities, and in those support tools that I just showed you, one of them is called the International HP1 Overview and FAQ. So if you want to learn more about this, you can go in and download the overview document, which goes through some of these frequently asked questions. Now, one thing that I didn't point out, which I should, is if you have not opened up in any international market countries yet, you may need to, depending on the country. For example, if you're building in the UK and you haven't opened up your IRC yet, you're going to want to make sure that you open up your IRC. I was helping a practitioner, a US NC the other day, help a health professional get started in Australia. So one of the things that the US NC had to do was open her business in Australia so she could sponsor the international health professional in Australia. So you need to make sure that you are able to do business in those other market countries. And then you can go ahead and you can, from your back office, you can select your country where you're going to be opening the account for the HP executive or HP1, and you can select whichever designation they want, HP1 or HP executive, from the sign up wizard. But there may be a few steps you need to do in between that, which would be open your business in Australia or open your IRC for the UK, that's one of the things that you're going to have to do. If you have questions about that, you can reach out to us. You can ask questions in the Facebook group. You can send an email to Professional Services Center or call the Unfranchised Services Center. But I just wanted to be able to share that with you. Yes, we do have an international program in the other markets. The main two differences: no nutraMetrix brand, and group business volume does not pay commissions to the HP1s, but it does the HP executives. HP1s in the other markets earn commissions based on their own volume. Now, other questions that might come up, I'm just thinking of frequently asked questions, do they earn IBV? They do earn IBV, but they can't earn commissions on their IBV until they convert to an HP executive, exactly the way it is here in the United States. Do we have tools and resources to support health professionals in the international markets? We absolutely do. Go into your unfranchised back office, click on the support materials. Everybody can see these support materials because in the other markets, you do not need to have nutraMetrix consultant status in order to open an account for a health professional. So every unfranchised owner has the ability to work with health professionals in the other markets. So make sure you go and take a look at the International HP1 Overview and FAQ. Make sure you take a look at the business model presentation for the country where you know health professionals. Make sure you download the Getting Started guide, which is in the Distributor guide for NCs, and make sure you download the International Health Professional implementation guide for that market. Lots of resources are available at your disposal. Of course, we're always here to help you with that. I'm just going to check the chat box and see does anybody have any questions, anything in the comment box. I thank you guys for joining me today. This was a nice short and sweet video on the overview of the International HP1 program. And I look forward to seeing you all on another Zoom or at our next live event as soon as we can have them. So excited to see you guys. Have a great day, and we'll talk again soon.